I spent 4 years breaking my back to build my family's dream home, but within 5 minutes of walking through the door, I realized I made a terrible mistake. You ever work so hard for something that by the time you get it, you don't even recognize it anymore? My name is Kent. I'm 31, and for the last 4 years, I was a ghost. A ghost that sent a paycheck every 15th and 30th of the month from a desert 4,000 miles away. I'm an OFW, an overseas Filipino worker. I missed birthdays, anniversaries, and first steps, all so my wife, Sarah, and my son, Toby, wouldn't have to worry about the electric bill. I thought that's what a man does. You provide. You sacrifice. Last month, I finally flew back to the Philippines for good. I had the savings, the investments, the dream house fully paid off. I walked through the front door, the Philippine sun beaming through our expensive new windows. I thought it was going to be the happiest day of my life. But as I stood in the middle of the living room I paid for, a terrifying thought hit me. I have absolutely no idea who these people are. The first few days were a blur of pasalubong, gifts. How was the conquering hero returning with the loot? How about Sarah, the flagship phone she'd been looking at online? How about Toby, my 7-year-old, the newest gaming console, a stack of games, and shoes that cost more than my first month's rent abroad? I was on a high. I spent my mornings fixing things around the house, buying groceries, taking them out to eat. The house was bright, the weather was perfect, and my wallet was full. Look at this, I thought, sipping a cold drink on the porch, listening to the tricycles pass by on the street. I did this. I built this life. But when the initial excitement of the gifts wore off, the silence crept in. I'd try to jump into a conversation between Sarah and Toby, and I'd miss the punchline because it was an inside joke they made 2 years ago. I didn't know where the plates were kept in the kitchen. I didn't know what time Toby usually took his afternoon nap. I was the VIP guest in a hotel I owned. And I started to wonder, did they even need me here? Or did they just need my bank account? I walked out onto the grass. Toby didn't see me. He was in the corner of the yard, under the shade of our mango tree. He wasn't playing with toys. He was playing with garbage, specifically old, beat-up cardboard boxes. But when I looked closer, I recognized the tape. I recognized the faded shipping labels. They were the Balikbayan boxes I had sent home every Christmas for the last 4 years. He'd stacked them, cut holes in them, and taped them together. I walked up behind him quietly. "What are you building, bud?" I asked. He jumped a little, then looked up at me, wiping sweat from his forehead. "It's my teleporter, Papa." "A teleporter?" I forced a smile. "Where are you trying to go?" He looked at the box, tracing his finger over my handwriting on the shipping label. "Well," Toby said innocently, "the boxes always come from where you are, but they only go one way. So I was trying to figure out how to put myself inside so I could get mailed to you." The air left my lungs. I looked inside the main box. He'd drawn a picture on the cardboard wall with a crayon. It was a picture of me holding his hand. He didn't care about the console. He didn't care about the shoes. He was trying to build a machine out of cardboard just to be near me. I dropped to my knees, right there in the grass. I pulled him out of the box and hugged him so hard I thought he might break. I just buried my face in his shoulder and cried. For 4 years, I measured my love in currency. I thought my worth as a man was determined by the weight of the boxes I sent home. I thought I was sending them a better life, but all I was doing was sending them apologies wrapped in packing tape. I built a beautiful house, but I left my family empty. Sarah had been carrying the weight of parenting entirely on her own, smiling through video calls while I told her about my promotions. Toby was growing up without a father, talking to a screen, building cardboard ships to find the man who was supposed to be his anchor. In my obsession to provide for their future, I had completely abandoned their present. That night, after Toby went to sleep, Sarah and I sat on the porch. I told her I wasn't going back. I told her we might have to sell the new car, maybe downsize our lifestyle, maybe I take a local job that pays half as much. She just smiled, grabbed my hand, and said, "We already have everything we need." To the parents out there grinding, working night shifts, working overseas, I see you. I respect the hell out of your sacrifice. But please hear me on this. Your kids don't want your money. They don't want the gadgets. They want your time. They want your presence. You can always make another dollar, but you can never, ever buy back a missed Tuesday afternoon. Don't spend your life building a castle only to realize you locked yourself out of it. Be there